Check out a key and a radio. When you get here for your first shift, this brand new board will be hanging right here on this wall. And then I'm going to check these out. Perfect. And then show you how to get to the front of the behavior center. First, we're going to make a stop right in front of the adoption center, and I'll show you how to cross the street to get to our behavior center. Perfect. Now you've made it to the front of the courtyard. I'm going to show you how to get across the street to the behavior center. All right, before we head inside and find our projects board, I do want to point out some key tools to remember. When we are working inside the behavior center, please remember that it's a little different than the adoption center. The dogs and the animals and the cats that are in here are going under behavior training and modification, meaning we're not trying to make direct eye contact, we're not standing in front of the kennels, we're not going into any of the dog rooms or cat rooms unless directed by staff. We want to keep our voices down to a minimum and make sure that we are staying in designated areas and staying clear of any areas that say staff only or behavior training in progress. All right, I'll show you where our projects board is. Perfect, now we're just going to use our key and then head on in. Perfect. Now that we're in the dog rooms, this is the Foundation Animal Projects Board for the Behavior Center. The projects board here is arranged in priority. You can see that tree prep, enrichment, laundry, dishes are all projects that the Behavior Center staff really need help with in this building. So if you ever have any questions about detailed instructions for any of these projects, you can find them right here and some printed out instruction sheets. Great. The first project you can help with here is tree prep. For tree preparation, you're going to come here in the dog kitchen. So for tree preparation, the Behavior Center uses a couple of different treats. You can help out with cutting some of the Red Barn treat logs, hot dogs, or cheese, which will all be found in this fridge right here. You can also help with what they call treat trail mix, which is cutting up these miscellaneous treats into small pieces, putting them into baggies, and putting it in the fridge, a whole big bin. Instruction sheets will help you talk about specifics of where you can find knives, cutting boards, and gloves.
Hi, my name is Chandler and welcome to the Behavior Center. Today we're going to show you a quick tutorial on how to prep some treats here. And if you have any questions, you can always come over to this board and we have some instructions, or you can ask any staff member here, we'd be happy to help. So we're going to go over here. So first we're going to show you how to cut some hot dogs. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go find the cutting board, which is kind of in the back left-hand corner of the kitchen. There will be a couple here. Choose whatever size you think will fit best. So now that we have our cutting board, we'll come over here and you can grab one of these knives. We just got these, so they're pretty sharp, so be careful. Make sure you're always holding the knife down, of course. So now that we have our cutting board and our knife, we're going to get our hot dogs. So you're usually going to see some bins in here. There's usually one for hot dogs, one for cheese, and one for the Red Barn. So today we're going to grab our hot dogs. So this is our bin. So we'll just place that there. And then where you'll find the hot dogs, sometimes this gets a little stuck. You just have to pull. And you'll see all of our hot dogs back here. So you'll just want to grab one of these packages. Cool, now that we have everything, if you want gloves, sometimes some of the hot dog juice gets everywhere. So we have small, medium, large, and this is the farthest left-hand drawer. And you'll see that we have little names for each drawer, so that kind of helps you find some stuff. So now that we got our gloves, put them on. And then, so first, You can also grab scissors if you feel more comfortable. Sometimes I like to just use the knife to open the package. So I just kind of cut the end off. And then, yeah, you'll have that kind of hot dog juice come out. So you just want to open these. So what I find easiest, just grab one. I cut it long ways in half, like that. Then I flip it, and I do the same. So I cut it, sometimes it'll be a little off, and that's totally okay. So now that I have it in 4 slices, then I just cut them into almost like pea size, maybe a little bit bigger shapes. And then you're gonna just keep doing that all the way down the hot dog. So then, once you're done, you'll have sizes about this big, or yeah, about this big. You can make them smaller if you think, but this is usually a good size for us. And then you will just stick the hot dogs into the bowl. And then usually you can go through an entire package and it will fit into the little bin. So I usually go through them all. Once you're done, you're just gonna recap it and then stick it back in the right side hand of the fridge. Cool. Okay, so now that we're done prepping the hot dogs, I have a couple here that still haven't been used. So to keep it safe, we're gonna find the Ziploc drawer, and we'll get a big one for these. So you want to just put it in the Ziploc. You could, if you would like, you could write on Sharpie the date of the day, just so we know, which one is fresher, which one's older. And if you want to do that, you can actually come over to this drawer, it's the farthest right-hand drawer. You can even just grab an expo, whatever works. Today is 10/1, so you can just write it anywhere. It won't be perfect, but it just helps us know how old these hot dogs are. And then we'll just put them, back on the left-hand side where we found them originally. So now that hot dogs are done, we're gonna go to our lower value treats. So we're gonna find them in these 2 really tall cabinets over here. We have treats on both sides. Typically where you're gonna find the cut up ones that have already been made is right over here on the right-hand side. So you can see those. So that's usually where we're gonna find the treats that we wanna cut up as well. Some of these are already pretty small and cut up, so you don't need to worry about that. Like, for example, you can see those don't need to be cut, they're already very small. But something like this, a little bit bigger, we don't want to give the dog the entire one all at one time. So we're going to cut them up into about pea-sized shapes or penny-sized shapes. So same thing, I'm not going to put gloves on again, but if you like, they're right here. So we're going to just grab a couple, put them on your cutting board. I can use the same from the hot dog, it's totally okay. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Gonna cut once in half, and then I'm probably gonna cut it 2 more times for the right size. So once again, and then once more. So then they become about penny-sized shaped for you. And then once you get all those cut up, you're gonna find the Ziploc bags again. You're gonna find one of the little sandwich size, so like about this size. Once you have all your treats prepped, you're going to put them in. And then just like the hot dogs, you're gonna wanna find a pin and just write even what the treat is. So I would put honest to dog, and then I would probably write the date so we know when they were cut up. And then, yeah, and then once you're all done and that's all written, then you will find over here and you would plop them in this pre-cut bag treat section. And then you're done.
Hi, I'm Paige. I'm going to teach you guys how to make different kinds of enrichments like Kongs. So if you follow me, I'll show you where we go. So down here, it's labeled Kongs. This is where you'll find various sizes of Kongs. Right now we're a little low on Kongs. They're a little dirty, but these are all the clean ones that you'll find here. So I already have some set out for us, but this is where you will find the dry food that we will be using. It's right here called Adult Dog Dry. Feel free to pull it out if you need to. And it wheels, so we can wheel it over to work. We have the scoop in here. So what you're gonna wanna do is grab a bowl to put the dry food in, just so it's easier while you're making them. You can scoop probably 2 scoops in here. efficient enough, and just dry food's totally fine. So we have that now. We have our dry food, and you're gonna need wet food to cap off the Kongs. And you'll find all of our wet food down here labeled wet food. And you're gonna wanna use the Purina 1. So now that we have that, we have our gloves here, as you've already seen previously. So you can grab the size that you need. And the last thing you'll need is a spoon or a utensil. We have the utensils right here on the right side of the sink. So you can grab your spoon or whatever other utensil you'd like to use for this. And so we have various sizes of Kongs. This is our largest Kong we have. And so you're really just gonna funnel the dry food into the Kong. And really just fill it up about that high is perfect. And then you can place that down while you open your wet food. You can use your spoon and grab about a scoop of wet, and you're just really gonna wanna top off the top of the Kong. So not too much, but not too little, just so it freezes on there, and you can flatten that out with your spoon. And then when you're all done with that, so that's a completed Kong, you're gonna wanna put it in our freezer, which is right here. And you'll see we have different labeled things. This is puppy food enrichment. So this is a regular Kong for an adult dog, so we're gonna put it in here with the rest of our Kongs of various sizes. And then you can go ahead and shut the freezer door, and then you're all done.
Another task in helping with enrichment is making meatballs. Frozen meatballs are consisted of the dry food and wet food again. Specifics about how much to use can be found in your instruction sheets. And when you're done making the Kongs and the meatballs, they go right here in this freezer. When you are helping out with laundry, you'll head to our laundry room, which is right through here. When you're in the laundry room, you have these 2 washing machines to use and the 4 dryers to use behind you. Specifics about what can go where and the exact settings for the washer and dryer are all in the instruction sheets. Just wanted to point out where you can find the dirty, clean laundry, washers, dryers, and the shelving where all the clean laundry, at least for the dog rooms, can go. When you're helping out with dishes, dishes can be done in the dog rooms and the cat rooms. For the dog kitchen, dishes can be found right here in this sink. Just go ahead and wash and scrub, and once you're all clean, you can place them right here to dry. Once they're done drying, you can use a towel from the laundry room to make sure that they are dried before they go into the cabinets. I also want to show you where the cat kitchen is, where you can also help with dishes there as well. All right, now that we're in the cat rooms, here is the cat kitchen. You just clean any of the dishes here in the sink. You can place them here to dry or use a rag from the laundry room. And then once they're all dry, you can put them in these cabinets right here, which houses some of the bowls for the cats. That is it. That is all the projects here in the Behavior Center. Thank you so much for signing up. If you have any questions during your shift, you can ask anybody in the VE office or anyone here in the Behavior Center. Thanks so much.